Hello, we are live again in another live stream on Facebook, and let's wait if people pop up. The live stream last week was taken out of the air because while recreating this bass from the Imagination song, it seems not to be allowed to play. Let's see, half a minute of it, and then you get a copyright strike. A bit silly, because it's purely not meant to be to use this music, but simply as a kind of education. So I hope you all are doing well. We are very busy, of course, with SubBoomBass-2. I'm going to play you some presets, and today on Facebook, I mentioned that I had this State of Independence bass, from originally it was a song by Evangelist and John Anderson, and then it was also done by Donna Summer. I think it is in this key. So let's play it very shortly. So if I play it, let's hope it doesn't give me another strike. So here's the original one. Hear that? But I recreated it very nice. So let's play again the original one, and then I play SubBoomBass-2. Okay, and here's SubBoomBass-2. So that's a good one. I think I nailed it pretty much. It's gonna be in the new version of SubBoomBass-2 next week. We release it's gonna name Bass State of Independence. Independence doesn't fit here in the. It's too long name, but we'll make it a bit shorter. So. So I cannot play it again, otherwise I get another strike. So we are busy. Let me play you a few presets. I'm first going to say hello in the chat room. Hi, everybody. Of course, the other presets which we created last week will be also in this new version of SubBoomBass-2. We have, once you receive it and you run this new version, we will point out the new banks where you find new presets. For instance, in Bass Presets 06, because the other ones are full. Then you go to the preset manager and the bank manager, and then you simply click on order by date, and then it shows the last one which are added. So they are running on top. So today, for instance, I created this bass Ana Tabla. Tabla combined with a more a traditional synth thing. So here it is. I'm not sure if I have a good beat for it. Let me see. The guitar sound is getting a bit annoying, but okay. I had no time to create more, so give me 1 second. Let's see how this bass plays. Okay, that's another one. That's another one. 1 second. That's another SubBoom bass. Okay, back here, and we go to the Ana Tabla. Let's see how that plays. Yeah, it's a nice bass, isn't it? So it uses one of the tuned tablas combined with a normal oscillator, square wave with a bit of pulse change, so a bit smaller, and then added the tune tabla. Okay, then we have percussion pulse. Let's see, let's just play it. This one has an attack sound, you hear that? And we have the vocal vowel things. That's a bit of a gimmick sound, but still nice. Yeah, techno hybrid, that's also different types. It's more for techno, housey stuff. Oh no, okay, wrong. So all kind of new basses. This is a typical square sound. So, okay, so you see in the manager, beat ringer. We added, of course, last time, these string bass from a few months ago. Was using the string model, which is down here. Nice bass, string model type. Winston also sent a very nice bass, and that one is also added. He combined his sample with the string. Let me see where it is again. So I need to find it. Here it is, bass baritone Stratocaster. That's from Winston, which is very often in the chat room. With reverb on it. So string model and a sample combined. Yeah, I have some deep FM type sounds. We discussed these also recently, I think a few weeks ago, about these FM type of things. Really dirty FM type of sounds. They're very punchy, especially this one. Really pushes. And what is cool, let me show you about this preset. Essentially, you see oscillator 1 is modulating oscillator 2. So here we see oscillator 2 is a sinus waveform, and it is using FM modulation, which essentially is phase modulation. Here it is, FM. So the oscillator 1 is modulating the oscillator 2, and the point is that we use now in this preset a different waveform. Now it's using a harsh waveform to modulate. So if I put it on, you hear it. So if I compare this with a sinus waveform, it's also interesting, but less punchy. So I use the harsh waveform. Now the oscillator 1 is modulating oscillator 2, and this is not constantly. We use one of the free envelopes down here to control the volume of oscillator 1, because if the modulation would be constant, yeah, then you would not have this usable sound. When I double click the amount here, you can hear then it's constant. So, and of course in the modulation matrix also velocity is used to change the oscillator volume, because the harder you open the volume, the harsher it gets. Hear that? So you really have the amount of modulation of oscillator 1 to oscillator 2 is controlled by the volume, and if you change the volume, you really change also the dynamic of the sound. So so very, very straightforward and very dry sounds. So there are more. This one, and you see no FX is used. It's simply a harsh one, straight mono. Of course, you could add a chorus to it. Up to you. That's also what you can do later. So you see, with SubBoomBass-2, you have a classic subtractive synthesizer, but also essentially a little FM synthesizer. Synthesizer. So very cool basses are possible with this. Yeah, let me see what the chat room says. Yeah. You see, very dirty basses. This one is more darker. It's also nice. But here the attack and the sound. Now this one is combined. In this preset, it is going to the oscillator 2, but it's also going to the it's shut down from the filter, but it's also a bit different tuned. Semi, I see here, yeah. So if I would play the sound solo, oh, you hardly hear it. This is the sound from oscillator 1, which is modulating oscillator 2. So I shut it down from oscillator to going into the oscillator and use it for this FM modulation here in oscillator 2. Of course, I need to yeah, cool. It's I see some more people. Yeah, I started, and mostly likely you guys missed it a bit. I started with this Donna Summer thing, which is called song State of Independence. So that's one of the new basses, and just let's play it a few seconds, because that will be not a problem, I guess. I should not play it too long. So here, this is the bass from State of Independence from Donna Summer. This not bad, isn't it? So I will not play more, but that's one of the cool presets. I always thought it was a cool bass, essentially a bit thin, a bit typical, but I thought, yeah, why not make it? And of course, we had last week this preset from Imagination. Okay, let me see. That one should also be here. Let's order by date, and then I see all the new presets. Okay, where it is. Oh yeah, I'm quite some new. Oh, here it is. Sing. No. Okay, where is it? Maybe I should have it like this. Normal. Okay, maybe then I see it. Ah, here we have State of Independence. Yeah, there are many new basses in 6 now, of course. Imagination bass, but I don't see it now. Did I place them somewhere else? Well, it could be. Maybe I had a made an error in placing them. I guess it must be me. But I see also another one which we created a few time ago. Singularity, that was also a track. Yeah, also nice bass. Guys, it's so many presets that I don't see the typical name. Isn't it strange? Because I call it imagination. That's what I can recall. Maybe they are still in the test bank, but it should not be the case. No. I guess I misplaced them, but they are still there. Yeah, a few of the other basses are... This one is also EDM, and that's pretty... very... Okay, that one has a sequence. This is the kitchen bass. And which is nice. It has the... If you use this in a musical context, okay, then I need to go here. Oh, it's too low. It's the kitchen drawer. It's of course a bit shorter made. I think it's the envelope used for volume 2. So this is the kitchen drawer from upstairs, and then recreated, use the attack for making. Okay. Then we have, let me see, I'm checking some of the other ones, which could be interesting. And of course, we received already some sounds from Jamal and Audition. It's very interesting stuff. And let me see if I have one of the normal ones. Yeah, that's a very cool one. That's one of my favorites because that's so punchy. Ah, it's too high. Yeah, of course you hear my clicking of the keyboard, but this one has really nice punch to it. In the introduction bank where I put them, no, well, that's a good one. Maybe I drop them in the introduction bank. That will be, no, I don't think so. I think most likely I dropped them where they should not be. Maybe I dropped them here. That well could be. That one we had last week already. No, I don't know, but they are still there, of course. Somewhere they should pop up. Yeah, let me go to the Jamal bank. Bank 3 has some new material. I did not have the time to give them a... You see here some of the stars, but that's already from last time. So I use order by date, and then let's see what we have. Some bass. Very dirty. Bad sound made with SubBoomBass-2. Sequence. Yeah, you hear the little strings inside of it also. Cool. So you have the wave sequence option. Like an old drum machine. Using the ratcheting. So I go through over. Radio cracker. String model. Very nice. Yeah, you see, SubBoomBass is far more than only a bass synth. It can do some weird sequence stuff. Oh, that's an older one. Yeah, and then we have from Audition new presets, and these are very interesting, very distorted thing. So more the distorted reality and kind of kind of weirder things, and I'm thinking the other Bang Bang 2. Okay, order by date. Yeah, it's too much inside of it to play it all now. So some more distorted material. Yeah, then I created myself some sequence presets. Let's see if we can AI running. Using the oh, that was an older one. Yeah, if you use that. So weird things for, I think for, yeah, maybe commercials, music for games. So yeah, I'm playing the one after the another. But the last one I was working on was not ready while testing. And of course you have the option here, this is pattern. First it plays pattern A, and then it plays pattern B. If I'm not wrong, let's see. C, sequence A, B, C. Okay. It's a bit, need to mute here a few things. 1 second, here we go. So if you have a beat going, and of course what is cool is simply put off some things. Oh, here's a tabla, taiko. So even without oscillator 2, it's also interesting. Only oscillator 1. This could maybe work better and that's of course also what you can do once you have the update, shutting down one oscillator, because this is maybe too much over the top, too busy for your music piece. It's more a show off preset. So if I click the original one, you could say, okay, I only take oscillator 2 or only oscillator 1. In my case, I like this better. With the taiko. Yeah, if you use the sequence, you always can go here. This is what it's playing, sequence B. Now it's in pattern mode, which means that it plays first sequence A, sequence B, sequence C. It follows it. But you also can play mode, pick only one, and which would stand sequence A, for instance. And what I mostly do to make it more exciting is simply go to command and do copy sequence 2, and then I copy the sequence to number 2, which is B. You see up here it says 2 is number B, and then you go to B and edit B, also play, of course, make it also play B, and then you could do some different stuff here. Then you could say, okay, make this a pattern A, B, A, B, so that you have a bit more variation if you hold the note a bit longer. So now I go to play mode, pattern, and it does play A, B, A, B. So that's also something you can do well, because yeah, some of the presets are pretty much a show off of what you can do. So sometimes simply shutting off something makes sense. Vocal percussion used here. You could do the same, yeah. And I was busy with before I went on live with one other preset, which was this this one, I think. Pure vocal percussion. And of course, you see here, this is also new. So if you see here, it's a bit, you need to go precise with your mouse. So you see here, you have a minus and plus, and you go, now it's same as set. So it pops up, a screen, little screen pops up. It'll say oscillator 1, same as set, which means that it uses the waveform which is selected currently in the oscillator. So in oscillator 1, if you go up more, you see Vox percussion 33. So that one is playing. And then you see in the second step, oscillator 1 is not playing. And you see on step number 5, it's playing the sample 242, which is Vox percussion 47. So with one oscillator, you can essentially have 16 different waveforms. Okay, let's play one because it's only sequence A. So you see step 5 is this vocal percussion. I can press this plus and change it. Or I click on the number and then I can simply pick here something. I could say, okay, take a 808 snare. And then I go to oscillator 2, play separate. And okay, and here I also can or pick something totally different. So let's take here the 808 kick. Let me see where it is. Tuned 1. Of course, you need to keep in mind the general length of the amplifier. Should it be a bit longer? So you have a weird drumming machine. I still can use the sequencer here. Output, of course, also get the tracking off. Then doesn't matter where I play. Then I simply have a kind of basic wave sequence. So yeah, you can make a little drum machine of it. Of course, it's more meant to do weird stuff and sequence type of sounds. So, but of course, I also created this sequence with having a lot of vocal things. But they are also great. These vocal things are also great for, yeah, as a base for doing other things. Let me see. There we had that one before. Let me see, guys, where we are here. Oh, I use it in this one. Vocal percussion, simply for making yeah, you make totally new kind of bass sounds with this feature. Okay. Of course, this is more a gimmick sound. Like an old style sampler where somebody did sample his voice and you get a woo. But it's also for the creative things. Let's see if I have another one. Kitchen 1, that one we had. I think, no, this is another one. Sorry, I'm looking for one other one we had. Yeah, also what I'm doing, by the way, having some basic, really a very dry analog type of basses, which sometimes work very good in the see, it's very dry. Analog type of sounds. Hey, here they are. Singularity. No, that's another one. I'm not sure if that one is a newer one. Oh, that was I added that one also. The release fall. It goes very low. Okay, so we are working very hard on getting the new presets. We have also a bank with sound effects, which is also going to be interesting. The water animal is inside of there, which uses the grains on this water sample. Very dirty sound. So yeah, much what we have. Maybe a few, let's see if we have some sound effects sounds from Audition. Let's see. Yeah, just use auto by date. His second bank had not that many presets from the original SubBoomBass, so we added 50 over 50 sounds inside in this bank. Yeah, that's cool. This is a really big boom. Yeah, I think if you make music or do audio video stuff for games, it's really some very nice sounds for that. Picard from Star Trek. These are sounds which are also used often in hip hop, you know, to play melodies. And maybe normally they do it very dry, but if you add a bit of yeah, it got some very cool sounds. So it's far more than only adding a bass. Could be really also a theme for your track, techno track or hip hop track. Okay, let's see what he likes. Because the chat room. Okay. Because I'm talking, and in the meantime, so I had not much time to prepare for this live stream because I could not have any time to run through the presets of Jamal and audition to pick one of the special ones. Okay, so I'm checking the chat room. Oh, the tongue snap sound. Yeah, that could be interesting. Which sound? Which one do you mean? With the glide? Oh, that's the pitch glide. That's done by using the envelope. Let me know if that's the one you mean. So, yeah, somebody says about the introduction, 34. This one? This one uses the square with a buffalo sample. Okay, I think this one. Release fall. Yes, so if we go, what it's used here is essentially the amp is pretty long, so it has a very long release. And release is what it essentially does say. It does, once you let go of the note, release starts to work. So if you have a very long release time, it takes very long before the volume fades away. So the release time. Well, what I did here is the envelope one is also connected to pitch, and the pitch is set to the amount of 12 semi. So look here, up here is the parameter readout, you see plus 12 semi. Well, the sustain is 100%, so essentially the sound starts 1 octave higher and goes down 1 octave down. So because the sustain, and then this is the release, and that's 1.2 second. It goes down. So make it longer. It takes longer. So because once the sustain is 100%, if the sustain is 100%, I let go of the note, then the sustain goes from 100% to 0, and this is done by using the release. So that's essentially, as long as I don't let go of the note, it stays on this pitch. Only when I let go the keyboard, there's the release. So it's in there, it's bass release fall, it's called. But of course, if you have any bass, so if I take any bass here, let's take oh no, just a regular bass, go to bass bank 1, no. Now here I can do the same, but I can use the pitch band. So here I go to the lower left corner pitch band, and I say minus 12. So, and then I use the pitch band. So that's also a trick. So you can do some cool stuff with that. So if you would, okay, could record that. If you have a track. So yeah, essentially it's now recorded. Really dirty. So you hear that? That's pulse width modulation. By the way, it's maybe it's interesting to show you because I missed it last time in Cubase. They had this oscilloscope. Can you recall that maybe? This oscilloscope they had, and I thought that they did remove it, but it's still in there. Need to go to zoop. I think supervision. Yeah, here you have supervision, and then you can say oscilloscope. And then you also can change the setting of it. Okay, let me see where the setting is. Oh, here you can open it. And here you can see the pulse width modulation. So if I make it slow, maybe a bit less loud. So now I put it off. Pulse width modulation is something. So now you have a simple square. Well, I have a bit of modulation, which I should shut off. Yeah, let's do it from default. Okay, sorry guys, I go to default preset. I pick the square. Here we have the square. And now with pulse width modulation, if I open this is the amount. It goes from small to big. See it? That's nice for the type of sounds. And it's called, essentially on the older synthesizers, it's always called pulse width modulation, because they shut it down from the saw wave and the sinus. Although this is a digital synth, you also can use it here on the saw wave. Only if you use it on the saw wave, it doesn't sound very well. See, it's not very nice. But on some waveforms, like a sinus, can be interesting. Of course, it's not the pulse width what you do, but the symmetry modulation. You see, on all our other synthesizers, we call it symmetry modulation, SMA, symmetry modulation amount. So SMA, symmetry modulation amount, you will find that on BIT, on Predator 2. We did not change it here in SubBoomBass-2 because it would make it the case that you will not find the parameter, because then we had to rename the parameter, and that causes then problems with the presets. So we kept that pulse width modulation, which essentially it's mostly done on the analog synthesizers on the square only. But it's also could be interesting on the other waveforms. But essentially, you change the symmetry of it, and it's an interesting sound for yeah, especially type things. Let's go, maybe find it. Let me see if I have a desert. Oh, here, 60 and 106. This one, more darker. So if you don't have an original 60 or 6 or 106, well, you also have SubBoomBass-2 for these type of sounds, and it sounds very good. Cool, isn't it? Okay, so in progress, hopefully next week, Wednesday, that's the plan to release it. Still much work to do, and it's mainly doing the preset building. So using the ratcheting, and let me see if I maybe have also preset with the ratcheting. I don't think so. This one. Yeah, this one uses ratcheting. Yeah, and what is also new is this zero latency filters, which have a far more aggressive Q resonance. And we added post-saturation, so that is distortion behind the filter instead of the other ones are in front of the filter, but these post-saturation is just after the filter. So yeah, it's going to be very cool update. Yeah, different user interfaces. You can different sizes you can have. Check for updates. That's going to be new. So once we release next week, and maybe 1 week later or 2 weeks later, we have a little update because of a bug we discovered. Then you can click check for updates. You always can check if there is maybe a newer version. So yeah, many presets are on the way, and of course I played a few of them. I'm not sure if I played all these special ones which are different, but as it's mentioned in the bass preset 6, a lot of also simply basic bass sounds are added, so which are maybe not as spectacular if you play them solo, but in the music they will will have their spot. That's so these basses, like, very basic. So, and also dry, but they work in music. That's of course the most important thing, because if you put on a classic analog machine, it's also dry, except for maybe the Uno 106 or the Uno type synths, which have the chorus. But on purpose, I put off the chorus because that's always something you can do yourself. Just click chorus, and of course it's straight away more stereo, but that's not always needed in your track. Sometimes simply the basic sounds, also very dry basic sounds, also can work very well. So, okay. Okay. Let's see the chat room. Yeah, Winston is there. Yeah, Winston, your bass inside of it. I played it early at the start. So in the bass presets 06, Winston is now in the chat room. Your Telecaster, or what's the name again? Let me see. I think it has more new presets than we see. Baritone. Here it is. So it's a bit like yeah, and the beat ringers, we had that last week. It's also bright sing because it has also oscillator sing. Yeah. Yeah, and the new deeper house, really punchy. We had that one. Oh, this one is a mute on top. That's also a newer one. Muted guitar combined with an analog synth type sound. So this is more the analog type. And on top is the... So you really can combine it. That's a bit too low. Simple, yeah, you see there's so much. Square 2, 1. This is a basic square sound, but which where you could compare this to a dry synth, but you hear the low end is very nice. So it really... That one is maybe too low. But these are from these basic sounds which work very well in your track. So lots of that kind of sounds are also inside of it. Okay. Yeah, there's also one combination vocal percussion. But that is so, this one is so dominant. so that's is of course, if you use this in a track, it's warm. So maybe it's a bit too much, but yeah, you never know. For house, they even could use that as a kind of theme thing. So plenty of new stuff in the next release. And so keep an eye next week. Hopefully next week, Thursday, I can show you then even more presets, but then most likely you already did download it and then did try it out yourself. And the trick to try out the new presets is simply go to the manager. So I will point out in the newsletter then, of course, where you find a preset, but you simply can go, for instance, to the bank's SubBass presets 02, which holds new one, and then you click order by date, and then the newest ones appear in top. So that's the trick. The same would be for the Jamal Bank, where you also can hit order by date and you have the new ones. Yeah, and so that's the trick, and we hope that you will enjoy it. We have fun while creating presets. Of course, the granular is an interesting thing, which definitely you can hear it in the sound effects, the water animal. And also in the audition bank, there are many of these weird sounds which are really cool for these type of things if you're looking for it. So I hit a few presets here, but okay, that's a heavy one. That's a nice bass. Oh, that one is heavy. Wobble, dirty wobble. Yeah, for everybody, it's something there. I think it's a impressive machine in terms of you're not limited to basses. There's so much more inside of it. So also in the sequence presets, there will be new stuff going on. So you click down, you go to the sequence preset, order by date, and then you will see, yeah, well, this is artificial intelligence running. Yeah, some other. So this is a nasty EDM. Yeah, plenty of new stuff. So yeah, guys, it was a bit okay. This, by the way, is the back panel. You see here, I have a very important warning, which you can read. If you click back on the logo, you go back to the front panel, and you see some additional stuff, but like program change and that kind of things we also have now in this menu, which is up here. There you can also turn off the program change and that kind of things. Okay, guys, we go out today with a very nice song of Tom Alry, and it's called, let me see, Just North of France. Very nice, and I really love the way he uses punch in that one. You really hear the fresh punch 2 sound. So we go out as almost every week with another demo of Tom. Thank you, Tom, and stay safe. And of course, keep an eye next week on the newsletter, so that in which we mentioned that the release of SubBoomBass-2 will be a fact. So stay safe, and we go out with a nice piece of music.